welcome to Stretch with Dana. For this class, all you're going to need is a belt or a strap or a Pilates ring, something to latch onto your foot, a mat, and some relaxing music of your choice. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get started by opening up the joints and the ligaments of the lower body. Start by taking your feet hips distance apart, spreading those toes out and pushing the ball of each foot into the floor, right to left. Yeah, really open up those paws, open up those feet. Indulge in the floor. Landing toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel. All right, focusing on one side, you're going to push through the hinge of the arch. Ball of the foot pushes into the floor. Really open those toes up. Now we're going to turn in from the hip, bending through the knee and hinge back into the hip. If you have knee issues, go a little bit softer on this one. All right. Same thing with the other side, pushing through the arch of the foot, bending through the knee 4 times. And turning in from the hip, bending through the knee, and hinge. Very nice. Let's work our way to the knees now, bending from right to left. Just trying to find a little mobility in that lower body. Notice any imbalances from right to left. Bending through both knees, working up through the hips. All right, now straightening the legs out and just shifting the hips side to side. And front and back. Rotate that tailbone under, then arch the back. Just kind of greasing the hinges here is what we're doing. Circle around in one direction. Connect your breath with your movement. And reverse. Okay. Now you're going to shift your hips completely to one side. Twist and sit back into that hip. Other side. Lean and twist. One more time each side. Shift and lean into it. One more time. Shift and lean into it. Okay. Again, bend those knees again. See if we've opened it up any more. Nice deep plie here. One more time. Nice work. All right. We're going to come up and down onto the toes. Make as much length in the bottom of your feet as you can. It adds to the back of your legs eventually. One more time. And start to melt down one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to have to take my sweatshirt off. Roll everything out. Move the head, move the shoulders. Everything is loose. crawl forward onto all fours. Okay, let's work the upper body here. Going through a cat exhale. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, cow. Again, exhale. Okay, I'm going to take this off. There it goes. All right, one more time. Let's do that again. Cat, really arch the back there, and breathe in, cow. One more time, exhale. This time we come up onto the fingertips and tiptoe in. And walk out further and take those elbows to the floor, arch to a cow. And come back to a child's pose, drag and hold. Reach both hands to the right side. Reach both hands to the left. And come on back to the middle. Going through those shoulders, we're going to use the floor to really open up those rotator cuffs, rotating just one shoulder. Right, and then the other one a few times. And taking note of any imbalance from right to left. Now rotate one at a time, a little figure 8 motion in those shoulders. Nice, and reverse it. Now roll both in the same direction. And come on up. Take that left hand to the back right corner of the room, head to the floor, and give me a twist here. You got to move around a little bit, find that perfect spot and hold. Other side, right hand to the back left corner of the room, head to the floor, move around and hold once you find that spot. All right. Good work. All right, so we're in a seated position here. Nice deep breaths as you sit up tall and point the toes round through the spine, shoulder blades apart. If you have music playing here, you can go ahead and think about breathing to the tempo of that slow beat. Try and get as relaxed as you can. Slowing that breathing down. All right, we're going to take one foot inside of the ring, sit as tall as you can, pulling those shoulder blades together and lift your foot up off the floor. Full flex. Now point the toe, contract through the spine, through the abdominals, open those shoulder blades apart, and slowly roll down. And we're going to point and flex through that foot. Point and flex. On this next one, we're going to hold a straight leg, flexed foot, and give me big circles. Like you're drawing circles on the ceiling with your heel. And reverse those circles. You should feel this in the back of the knee, all the way through to the ankle. All right. Just hold and breathe. Bending that knee into a lunge. So we're going to bend and then straighten it out, pushing the heel toward the ceiling. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Hold. All right, so you're holding this lunge. Your foot should be parallel to the ceiling. Take your left hand off the ring and fold to a spinal twist. From there, you can bend your bottom leg and grab onto it, or keep it straight, whatever feels more comfortable. And slowly start to straighten that leg out, lengthening through the outside, your IT band. Pointing and flexing. And then you're going to hold the flex and slowly start to drop that foot down toward the floor, letting it sink all the way down. Nice stretch all the way through the spine, through the outer thigh. Let's lift it back up. Release your bottom leg and roll back into your lunge. Moving up to the thigh, you're going to straighten out that leg and let the heel come toward the wall in front of you, full flex in the foot. Then point the toe and pull back. Repeat. Flex front, point back. Achilles, hamstrings. Let's hold this one here, and we're going to go ahead and just move it around. Just kind of moving it around. Nothing too frantic. You should feel this again in that hamstring. Ease off if you need to at any point. Your muscles should never be shaking. Find your sort of personal boundaries. And we're slowly now going to let this melt off to the side. Feeling it move into the inner thigh and the groin. Eventually, you can let it melt all the way over to the side. This requires a little bit of arm muscle with this one. You really got to pull on your belt or your strap and try to turn out the opposite leg from the hip. Again, you can ease off if you need to. Get really relaxed here as much as you can. I know it's tough in a stretch like this, but really just melt into the floor. And come back to the center. Grab onto the ring with both hands and slowly pull yourself back up to that seated position. Returning to where we started, folding over your lower body. We're about to do the other leg, so this is a nice opportunity to kind of feel the imbalance from the side you've stretched to the side you haven't. Lengthen through the spine, inhale. Exhale, fold over. If you have water next to you, grab a little swig of water right now. And flip around to the other side. All right, same cycle on this side. Sitting tall, point the toes round through the spine, shoulder blades apart. Folding forward with pointed toes. Lengthen through the spine, stay folded forward, and exhale, round over. Keeping the other leg inside the ring, the side we have not done yet. Sit tall, flex that foot, and lift it up off the floor. Deep breath in. Exhale, point the toe, round through the spine, shoulder blades apart. And slowly rolling down. Flexing and pointing that leg, that foot, just working the lower part of the leg, the ankle, the calf, the Achilles. Keep the leg straight. We're going to circle around, moving around. Keep it moving. Remember, this side might feel different from the other side. Don't try to even it out. Just go based on how you feel. Evening out those imbalances takes time. We're going to go to our lunge now, bending through the knee, just kind of opening up through the inner thigh, those hip flexors, bending and straightening it out. You're going to hold this one. Allow there to be tension moving all the way through that opposite leg. So you're really pulling in opposition here. Fold this to a spinal twist. Once you feel it settle into the spine, you can bend the bottom leg and grab onto the foot for a subtle quad stretch. Or if that's not comfortable, you can keep it straight. Slowly start to extend that leg, pointing and flexing through the foot. Keeping your leg straight, your foot flexed, you're going to let it sink down toward the floor. Gravity is our friend with this. If at any point this becomes too difficult, soften through the knees. Bend that knee if you need to. And pick it back up, release the bottom leg, and roll back into your lunge on your back. All right. Working from the lower leg to the upper thigh, we're going to take the heel toward the wall in front of you, flexing the foot fully. And then you're going to point the toe and pull it back behind you. Flex front, point back. That bottom leg can always bend if you need to soften it. Right? If it feels like too much, bending the knee is always a good modifier. And here we're going to hold the leg straight, the toe as pointed as you can get it, and just a little side to side motion. And really just kind of exploring the space around you. Think of your muscles like a paper clip. The more you move them back and forth, the softer it gets. So you're never just holding and waiting. You're kind of easing into these stretches. And we're going to melt this off to the side. And once you get that leg, oh, I have to adjust, sorry. Once you get that leg off to the side, I want you to think of the bottom extended leg turning out from the hip, right? So this is not just that long extended leg that you're working, it's the bottom leg as well. This is a full body stretch. Nice work. All right. And keep breathing. We're slowly going to come out of this. On your next exhale, pull that leg back up. Both hands on the ring. And slowly fold forward, coming all the way up. Latch the other foot inside the belt or ring and fold over, returning to the start. Flex, sit up tall. Fold forward. And we have reached the end. Thank you very much.